Hello viewers, welcome back to the show. As always, I told you we have on the show my very good friend Denise Robinson is right here with us on the show. Hello girl, how you doing?
Great to see you again, Chris. Thank you for inviting me on again.
Of course, it's good to see you. It's been a while, 3 to 4 years we're talking about, isn't it?
I know. Time flies when you're having fun, eh?
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm good. We're pushing hard, the pandemic kind of keep everybody in a kind of quiet corner, but still we're pushing hard and today. We're out here still doing it. That's it. And how are you keeping yourself?
I'm good. A lot has changed for me since I last was on the show. I originally was invited on the show for my initiative for a little business idea, which was called Shopping Your Points, as you know. And it was to help men shop, which was a great idea. And it was, maybe I got some business through it, but it just wasn't enough. So I think really in Ireland, people don't want to spend the money. They don't want to pay someone to shop for them. They'll go to their granny or their aunt or their mother or their daughter and say, "Come back, So I kind of thought, well, maybe this isn't, it isn't for me long term. So but I ended up moving to Dublin. So it was a good thing.
Well done. So you're officially now in Dublin full time, or you kind of part time, or are you doing it?
I live in Dublin full time. I'm there now almost 3 years. I decided I'd been in Dublin quite a bit working to try and develop the business, and because I felt that Dublin was a great city that it could have probably developed from, because in Belfast it maybe just wouldn't have been a big enough marketplace. But anyway, that didn't work. So I was offered a position with the company, and we manufactured the pharmaceutical industry. So obviously pharmaceutical is huge in Ireland. So I travelled all around Ireland, and they offered me the position, and I moved to Dunleary, just outside the city, and I absolutely love it. Yeah, it's great. It's just been refreshing. It was a new start and something I needed to do. So it's been great.
Wow, well done. Girl, right from the time I know you, you're always moving. You do a lot of stuff. You always want to get yourself, something has to be on the table. And that's what I like about you, It's very inspiring.
Yeah, life is short, and I think with this, if anything, this pandemic has made us all see that we need to grab opportunities and live our lives to the full. And I went through quite a lot of change personally in my own life. I split up with my partner, my father died, my dog died. A lot of stuff happened, and I just thought I need a change, a new chapter. So I decided Dublin was the place for me, because I love Dublin anyway. And it's been great. It's pushed to the one thing I'll say, change and pushing your comfort zone and saying, okay, I'm going to do this, it just makes you a different person. You actually just change, and you just become more confident within yourself. And I think a new environment as well also changes how you see things. So you're inclined to do more and forget about what people think. So for me, it's been an amazing journey. It really has.
Yeah, I really like that point you just mentioned there. Forget what about people think. Because that alone could really put a lot of people out of it. If you're working or you're trying to do some good ideas, or like what you actually did was really, it's a really good thing for a woman to shop for men. I don't see that as something very, very bad, but some people could criticize it in different ways. What's your take on that?
Well, I think in general, people live in their comfort zone and they're scared to break free out of it. A lot of people say to me, oh my gosh, you're really brave moving to Dublin, because obviously I was in my 40s and middle 40s, and I was moving to Dublin, a new city, not really knowing anybody, starting again. But I thought, I had no fear. I just said, no, this is for me. I have to do it. I need a new challenge. When I moved to Dunleary the first day on the pier, I went, wow, I could pinch myself. I'm so happy. Because for me, it was a fresh start, away from the past, away from everything that happened. And people, we're human beings. We worry too much about what people think. And once you stop worrying about what other people think of you, you're free to do what you want.
That's true.
Totally, and that's what brings me on to starting my social media, because I started a blog when I moved to Dublin, and I called it Dee's Dublin Life, and I wanted to kind of help others to show that you could achieve whatever you want in this world. You just have to break that fear. So I started this blog, talk about dating and single life. Single, and well, we all know it's a bit of a minefield now in the single world and dating, and especially with COVID, it's even worse. But But getting into the apps, that was another minefield. So I kind of started sharing funny stories about that. And anyway, it's just grown, and I've almost 10,000 followers now. And
Wow.
but I talk about positivity and how you can push your barriers. And also I talk about Dublin, Ireland, traveling around Ireland, talk about restaurants, places to go in Ireland. So it's kind of like a mix of lots of stuff. As a single person living my best life. Who says you need to be defined by relationships? Not right.
No, but like Denise, you see, the thing about you, you just have it. You know, it's a sense of human. You know, like you mentioned, you got to take your life easy. Life is too short. We can't just be serious all the time with everything, and that is true. We're too protective every time, either because we don't want to be hot, but either way is to get hot. No matter what you do, people still gonna talk, good or bad. People still gonna talk.
Exactly.
You know?
But the thing is, people worry too much about what people think, and they also worry about living in fear all the time. I mean, of course, we have to live with this virus, and it's scary and frightening. But at the same time, we still have to live, and you know, it's about, you know, I just live my life. I don't worry too much about the future. I live for the moment, and I think so many people need to actually do that, live in the moment, and they'll feel a lot freer. And that's one thing since moving from Northern Ireland to Dublin, I have realised I don't worry now about what's going to happen tomorrow. I mean, I'm not worried about being single. I'm single. Someone will come along. The right one will come along at the right time.
Sure.
You know, I'm not going to sweat the small stuff, as they say.
No, that is true. Honestly, that is the way life's supposed to be. You know, we're just too tight with ourselves, and it is up to us now to really set ourselves free, and in order for us to really move to a different kind of way on how we see things. Now, let me go back to your blog that you do. Do you run that weekly, or what way do you really work around it? And also,
Go on ahead, sorry, go on ahead.
Yeah, and also, will it be more on men's side of issues, or you're looking at all general kind of issues when you talk about this?
Well, firstly, it's on Facebook and Instagram, but predominantly on Facebook because I find it a good platform to do my videos. I do a lot of blogs, and I find it a great platform to be able to write lots of stuff. So I share experiences and lives and stuff like that. So that works best for me. But interestingly, the demographics is about 60% women and about 60% women and 40% men. So like it's a good breakup and dynamics, and age groups from about 35 to 55. So it kind of, it's what I think why it's popular is because it's so relatable and I'm so real, and I talk about my experience, what's happened to me. I don't really care because it's fact, it's happened. I share the real side of me, and I think that's what people find refreshing. It's not all fake. Oh, look at me, I'm having this amazing life. In lockdown, I'd have been down the pier sharing how I felt. I was wanting to scream. Oh my gosh, I'm a social person. I have a great social life in Dublin. I love going to networking events. I love meeting people. And all of a sudden you're told, at the start they said 2 weeks. I was like, 2 weeks? And then I realized it was 3 months.
I know.
Yeah.
You see, the government, they don't want to say, oh, we're going to go down for lockdown for a month, you know, because the whole country will just go on the loose head for that.
Exactly. You know, so I do think Leo handled it well. Now I have to say I think he handled that whole 3 months very well, and he did do the right thing by breaking it gently, because I think we all would have like screamed if it had been just 3 months. But so I kind of share the good, the bad, and the ugly, and you know, I share the good fun times. I have a good life. I work very, very hard for it. I don't, you know, sit around. So I share all of it. I share the dates. I share the crazy people I meet. I share the nice people I meet. And it's kind of just really, it's fun, and I enjoy doing it. And the big thing about it is, Chris, is that I came to Dublin knowing very few people, maybe 3 people. And I ended up now, I've got almost 10,000 people, and I've made so many wonderful friends through it. I get invited to stuff. I am asked to I didn't start it to be an influencer, but I'm actually, people are coming to me and saying, would you talk about this, that, and the other, which is grand. If it's something I believe in, I'll share the story, or I'll try the product, but it's not what I'm about. It's about helping people believe in themselves, and giving, especially women and men who've been married, who come out of this long marriage and they're lost and they don't know you're like, oh my gosh, like all of a sudden they're in this new world. So it's to try and help them feel that there is another life out there past marriage or past relationships or whatever that might be. Because it is tricky and it's difficult for a lot of people. So I feel like it's an amazing amount of messages from really lovely people thanking me for my positivity every day and sharing things to help them. And it's amazing. There was one lady who messaged me and she said, Denise, today I got up and put makeup on because of you. And I thought, wow, that made me feel amazing, because she was thinking she didn't like herself anymore. She'd lost her self-esteem. She was like, her marriage had failed and she felt like she was no good. Like, we've all been there. And I thought, my God, that's brilliant. I'm glad I can contribute in some way to help someone else's life. Then that's a good thing, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, that point you mentioned there is so crucial, you know, because most times it's either we have to do something for people to be inspired by it in order for them to step up. In what you just mentioned there, when she says that, oh, because of you, I was able to put on makeup, that's a whole lot of effort, you know? So you can imagine, you can imagine probably nearly for years or decades, she never even like no, but because you actually come on board to really, you know, set things that probably she thought of, but she never find where or listen or have a time to listen to it. Somehow she wasn't able to do it, but now you've kind of, you know, helped her to redefine herself. So that's a wonderful work you're doing, Denise.
Yeah. It is. I mean, I also went to Tanzania last year to help because I feel very close to the whole mental health and suicide prevention. So we went to deliver this package to Tanzania for 2 weeks and we helped there. It was charity work. I raised money. I raised, I think, €2,500 through my blog, through people who follow me, which was another amazing thing. And I've been asked to help the homeless next week. I'm going to do a live interview in Connell Street to help people donate food and clothes for the homeless for the winter in Ireland. Wow. So there's lots of good things that came out of it. And I only started it just for fun, and it's amazing how things grow. It's amazing. Like, I work so hard. I have a really full-time job. I'm traveling all around Ireland, and I do my blog. I post stuff while I'm in Galway or Cork or whatever. I post stuff and I go, here you are today, blah blah blah. So it's not hardship. It's easy for me to do, and I enjoy it, and I love the interaction and the engagement with people. So it's a win-win for me anyway. I love it.
That's really amazing, Denise. Denise, thank you so much for coming on board to really share this wonderful inspiration today. And I really feel like my viewers at home, everyone who is listening today, will really get a glimpse of what you've shared today, and people can go out there and look at all the teachers that you do. And want to try from time to time, we want to bring you on our show. So just look out, be ready. Because I know you have so much to tell us.
People around the world can tune in to my blog because I'm sure in Ireland. So I've got followers Australia, America, everywhere around the world. And they're like, oh my God, it's great to see Ireland. So that, from that point of view.
Of course. It's good for the tourism sector as well. People want to come to Ireland to visit and stuff like that. You know, so.
To see the city. Yeah, absolutely. So.
That'll be a good thing. Yeah. So make sure you call them and tell them, hey, I'm doing promotion for the country. So Tourism Ireland should give you some money for that, you know?
I know, she's working for Culture Ireland.
There you go. We live it there. Denise, before you go, can you tell us your website? How can people find you on your new website that you're working on?
Okay, I have a website, yes, if anyone's interested in having me come along and talk. My website is deniserobinson.ie, and my Facebook page is Dee's Dublin Life. So you can find me there or on Instagram.
Perfect. Okay, we'll leave it there, Denise.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. So viewers at home, this is where we're going to leave it up for you today. Thank you for tuning in. It's a Jerry Question. Make sure you follow my guest Denise on our website, Instagram, and see all she has to share with you. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and also on Instagram. Stay tuned for more of the show coming up next week. It's Jerry Question. Take care and be safe. God bless. Bye for now. Thank you.